Hey everybody, it's Cam. So this is gonna be one of those soft whisper videos for the sketchbook tour. In this case, the iPad tour. So we're gonna have some things. Everything here open to interpretation, including some spoilers on what's coming up in my shop. But mostly stuff that I've already done. So, when we last left off, we're going to go over the Atla pages in a second. I'm just going to show what we've been doing here. Let's see. What I've been doing also lately is I've been making whole new buttons for my Patreon tier. So this is going to be for Caring Candlelight. Very simple, straight to the point, but still warm and soft and thankful. Now, Luminous Lamplight, a lot of people opted for Luminous Lamplight, and I just want to show my appreciation for y'all, and that's why that's a little more ornate. It's simple, but ornate, and a little bit more, like, interest and warmth in that. I think I would like to, I'm going to do also, whatchamacallit, Fantastic Fairy Light and make a whole fairy just for that with all the ornate, like, special decorative things and stuff like that. But that hasn't been made yet, so I plan to do that later. You know what? This is more of like an adult illustration for a friend because, well, the leaf is there, but, you know, representation is important. Also, it is November, so this was a very, like, woodland, like, satyr goat guy hanging out, being free in the woods. Maybe he's pregnant. We don't know. We'll decide for that later. I took a look at a lot of the cross-hatching old world techniques for printmaking before. And you know what's funny is that in regards to drawing adult artwork, I tend to be like, very giggly and shy. I am good at it, but I prefer that I would not do this as like a main thing. It's like I can do it, but you know, we'll leave that to the professionals, I think. I think it is also, in order to draw this kind of stuff well, you have to kind of know where stuff goes. I mean, that's not going to stop anyone else, even if they did, but I don't know. For me, I would like to get better in the anatomy department for that kind of thing, you know. This is an interesting drawing. So I recently watched We Are the Champions on Netflix, and it's about the competitors for extreme and unusual sports. And the storytelling in said documentary is like a sports anime. And, yeah. And in the sports anime, basically, sports anime, but like one of the sports was fantasy hair. And like there were other sports like, you know, cheese running, frog racing, dog dancing, yo-yo competitions. But I really liked that they showed the Bronner Brothers hair exhibition, and so I was just, you know, doodling around, and I decided to draw this. Y'all know that this teal aqua color is one of my favorites, so it's interesting to find a compliment to that. In another note, let's see if I were to show you guys. That's not the right brush. Hold on. That is not correct. It's this brush. This brush has been helping me out so much. And that's still incorrecto. What the heck? Ah, I see. There we go. Now this is correcto. So this brush has been helping me a lot. It's going to be helpful in what I'm about to do for the demonstration of what I'm about to do for, I'm having a brain fart, for the Atla illustrations for this month. Now, I'm going to do this briefly because I feel like I got to be careful in zooming in, but these are all the illustrations that I've been doing for the sticker designs. So that's pretty neat. Let's do this quick. Dun, 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 dun. And basically, what's been happening with the time lapse is, well, what I've been drawing was when this, for drawing the friends and foes avatar stickers, I think I had way more fun doing the side characters. For spoiler alert, if I were to do another set of stickers for a third set, maybe I'll do Legend of Korra, or I'll do Legends and Creatures. So, but it all depends on, I think I gotta fork up the promotion for promoting my art on Instagram and stuff. I'm still a little bit like, meh, so I'm a little hesitant to do that. I think there was a lot of zooming in for these stickers, but I'm really proud of how they turned out because the resolution was just like chef's kiss. And it also, as you might have noticed, I was like, which character do I choose between all of these? And I decided between Haru. It's just fun. It's just fun to have him around. Oh, as you can see, I almost did Teo, and I think Teo would have, like, there was a poll I did, and it's like, Teo, I like him a little bit more than Haru, but Haru won out in the end. Sometimes I'll have people vote and stuff. So, and here's another thing: when I cut the stickers, what happens is I end up I really don't want to take time having to do the offset, so I put another layer of just like white or very, very light gray underneath. And then, I had looked at so many, so many reference images, especially for UA. And it's like, wow, when you can get her dress right. And so, yeah. And I think she was one of the few stickers where I had, where I did like a light gray outline instead of like a dark outline. The Freedom Fighters are also, those guys in the corner. They're also like one of my favorites as well. Definitely. And I think that's what we're going to do for the Adler illustration this month. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Oh, by the way, guys, the sticker for the mustache, it's always a little bit precarious because, I want the sticker to not have the white offset so I can stick it on Haru, just for fun. But if it's just a little bit off, you will see like a white around it. It's so annoying, but yeah. There you go, and there's Tylee and the Dangerous Ladies. And all in all, and I try to add like, a little bit of like shading, give it a little bit more oomph. I think printing it out, they look really good, and it's done. Printing it out, they do look good, but I would have preferred the colors to pop out way more, personally. And here's the other ones, but yeah. I do print them out a little bit darker on paper. Let's see. Oh, well, the Saga. This is going to be like a kind of a short one, but yeah, and this was the personal comic I did on election night, which I think I should be doing more of. And I can be posting these on not just Gumroad for free for the patrons, but, for everyone that's outside Patreon, they can go see what they want to see. But yeah, it was a stressful time. I did not get any sleep back then. Like, I did... I kind of put some of my personal projects on hold because, well, these things, they directly affect me, as you guys might have heard in some of their previous broadcasts. Like, it's kind of tough being an artist and wanting to draw. And then where I work, I'm lucky that I have a little bit more power and control, compared to other people that work in, my cat is trying to chew on the Christmas tree. Psst, shh, come here. There you go, good girl. But then anyway, sorry for that. It's kind of hard to, have a large influx of people while you're working. Even if you're wearing a good N95 mask, there's still always the risk, and being in the deep south, you're kind of at the mercy of your bosses who want to push and push so that they will get more people to pay for the service. And then it's just, I don't know, like what I'm hoping for is, yeah, save the economy, but this is what's up. You can't save the economy until you treat the pandemic. And you can't treat the pandemic until you control and get everyone under 100% cooperation. And that sort of thing is not possible these days because of, and it's not even like political polarization, but the spread of disinformation, the propaganda. And it's heartbreaking. And because of that, we can't solve our own problems. The solution is right there, but people don't want to do it. And so that's kind of, as an artist and as someone that does contract work as an artist or a teacher, an art instructor, it's very difficult, and not just for me, but for people that are in more vulnerable states. So that's all I wanted to say about that. It's tough, but we gotta keep going. This is what I wanted to do. I was hoping to get more drawings done for, I wanted to get more drawings done of stickers, kitten stickers. But I think to make drawings for, so let's see. I should draw a picture of my soft cat. Oh, a baby. Yeah, hello. But I think the thing is that I sort of go back and forth between wanting my stickers to be cutesy and very simple, kind of like Pusheen stickers, but versus like the more kind of stickers I like as an adult, or as an older person. Trying to get reference, trying to look into my cat's eyes. No, that's inaccurate. But like trying to make it like vintage and drawn out and then just simply printed. So she looks like she has like an emo bag. What's going on? So I'm trying to find a balance between, a nice style that's, something that people would like for stickers versus what they don't. And so, yeah, just gotta find an audience for it. And if you guys ever find this video, like, what kind of stickers do you guys enjoy? A lot of y'all have already taken the time to buy prints and stuff, and I really appreciate that. But for other people that are outside of, like, Avatar, what kind of stickers do you think you guys would like to buy? I think for everybody that's super busy or that doesn't have time to use a planner, for me personally, as someone that tends to have like adult ADHD tendencies, I think I really do best under like reminder type of things, so I think that does help me. Oh boy, so I was about to go into this, but the story about this was somebody I found out had been making money off of my artwork, and I'm sure they're not the only one that's taken, decades old artwork and then tried to sell it on Etsy or whatever, eBay or something or another, and maybe it's even worse overseas, but I discovered they started doing that, and when I asked them, as some of y'all might have known, they blatantly denied it. As you can see, it's very much different, and it's like, no, I do not believe you. That is mine. That is my artwork. You don't get to like pretend to not. And I do think that, you leave your door wide open for burglars to steal your stuff. And I think for me, I didn't realize how much this was going to be a popular piece of art. And I uploaded like the high resolution version on DeviantArt almost more than 15 years ago. So, but yeah, was what happened. And what happened was that I did not protect myself. And what's worse is the original super high resolution file is hidden away in a broken down computer, the CPU that was never recovered. And so I could either like redraw it again if I want to like a super duper like high resolution file, but I just don't think it's a good idea. And the person tried to steal it again. You know, the first attempt, there was a way too alike to my piece, and the second attempt, what they did was they just pasted the characters and then badly photoshopped them out because you can see that there's a watermark over them, and then just drew over everything and then slapped it on some other like CGI tree or something that they found. It's not good. Yikes. But the artwork, I hope that the reason why I had been uncomfortable to selling the piece was because, or having it reproduced, was because number one, it's fan art. Number two, it was meant to be a tribute for the artist, the voice actor of Uncle Iroh, which is Makoto Imawatsu, and he was one of the first people, I think, that radicalized me. And you know, when the live action version came out and all the characters were like white and stuff and race bent, and he, before he died, he said, you know, non-Asian actors in yellow face, they just look ridiculous. And he said those exact words. And so his one of his organizations, which was East West Players, which I'm gonna donate the portions to soon. That's what I'm like buying the print. I think just it's just a better way of showing my appreciation for Mako, and the fact that he probably, this is one of his last roles. I think he had a couple other ones before he passed away. So it's just, you know, if it weren't for him, it's like Avatar is not the same. I think I'm going to address something also. It was my friend's birthday. I wanted to draw her husbando from Gintama, but there's something going on with this arm. I don't know what it is. I could re-upload it, I guess, but it's just so inaccurate. Like, why is his arm all the way here? And so that's what I wanted to, like, I want to fix this. It's horrible. So, like, if we were to do a red line, like, let's see. Like, I get so picky when other people do this, but I don't, you know, man in the mirror. Who is the monster and who is the man? And yet this is something that I am suddenly, you know, excusing for myself. And this is why I tend not to upload enough. Like, I think it should be here. And his fingers, which I don't know what the hell was going on with his fingers. You know, if he wanted to make it, yeah, that would be better. His chest should be, no, his arm would be like here. Maybe. This is a little better. I don't know what's going on with the left arm. But his arm should be yeah, that's a little better. His abs. But his pelvis would be here if he's doing contrapposto. His neck should be a little thinner, but yeah, that's all the regrets. I hate myself. But you know, it's she's a really good friend of mine. It's like, she didn't deserve this. Why did I do that? Why did her do her husband so dirty? Well, we'll try to fix it. What do we do? Here, there we go. All right, so let's try to fix this disaster. We're gonna have to try to fix it. There's an attempt. There is an attempt. Oh my god, it's the worst. And then let's do this. And you can kind of already see that I fixed it, or tried to fix it. What's going on with his arm? Why? There we go. No, he has a very questionably shaped like, you know, highlight there. And you know what's weird? I can't find this pen anymore. Like, what happened to this pen? Painting. Let's do gouache. Ooh. And then... Hi, baby. I talk to my cat sometimes when I'm painting. That's a little better. That's not as disgraceful, I think. What the... Ugh, okay. We'll deal with that later. But now it is not as painful to look at. It's doable. And then I go back on wet ink or ink bleed, and there we go. You can hear my cat, she's grooming herself. Oh, that's way better. That is way better. Husband time achieved. We did it. We made it happen. Cleaned this up a little bit. There we go. I'm proud of myself. I'm gonna give her this version. There we go. All right. This one was also drawing made by a friend. For a friend. And her comic is called Witchblade. This next monstrosity was from the Queen's Gambit, and it's a apparently she's part of a sports anime or a card playing anime now, and that's what's up. If I were to fix this, let's not use that pen. That's not. One of the things I think that I really still am sort of like one thing I'm good at, like, not to be, but is style mimicry. And I love doing style mimicry because after taking baby child version of me, took up art history and started seeing all the styles that were inherent to each painting. And I think that kind of bled over into how I watch cartoons, how I watch anime. So I can recognize when something already was influenced by an earlier version of it. So we're gonna make some. Can you guys hear my husband snoring? He's snoring. He's snoring right there. Yikes! No. No. Oh well. Zero life points. She annihilated her opponents. But we'll do that later. For now, I think we should start making... You guys are going to get a quick look at these. So let's go ahead and... I'm going to go ahead and do another one. So this is the first look and the first time I'm sharing this. But this is downloadable only for the finished final color. The finished colored version is going to be for the Fantastic Fairy Light tier of my patrons, for my patrons. So if you want to support me, head on over to Patreon. Okay, so this is the size I usually work in. Let's delete all of this. So the theme that I'm going to be doing is, and I start out with a sketch, is the freedom fighter. So I try not to work with this brush. So let's use ink bleed. I've always thought of Judd as like a Peter Pan type of guy. First, when you're kind of figure out maybe we'll do it in a sort of like Tekken King Kipo sort of style. But speaking of which, y'all, I started getting into Kipo, the Age of the Wonder Beasts. And it is such a good show. Like, it's obviously, meant for kids, and I like that, but it's so well put together. Such good character development. Ooh, I'm staying up late trying to get this done. That is a very strange jet. No, what's his pose doing here? He's too small. One thing I think that's one of my casual weaknesses, or blatant weaknesses in illustrating, is composition. And I have trouble making an outright, like, variation in size in the characters, because I want all of them to be shown all the time, because look how I can draw all the characters exactly so well, when really it's okay to let some characters fall in the background. I really like Smellerby so much. I have a long-standing friend from the Avatar fandom who was kind of like our mom in a way. And her favorite character to cosplay was definitely Smellerby. So I didn't know this, but apparently they made Smears is the bigger character, and I didn't know she was a girl either. And she has a girlfriend. That's interesting. And then there's a little baby boy. I can't, my brain's not working right now. I keep thinking, like, who is that? So definitely. Smellerby looks weird. Let's change her up a little bit. I've seen I'm getting unwhispery, sorry, but like I saw growing up in the fandom, like when it was in like the early days, 2006, 2000 to 2008, Smellerby, they really were weirded out by the fact that such a girl character could not be dependent on looking pretty all the time. And they were putting Smellerby in some very super stereotypically girly situations. And it's like, guys, that's great, but it's like, let Smellerby be Smellerby. You don't need to be like super curly to like, if you know, she says she's a girl, yeah, but like you don't have to like make her even more femme than she already is. So that was strange. My cat just like scrambled away. That was so weird. There's another guy here, the big muscle dude, the tank, and I forget his name. You all remember who that was? Let me know. I think there were more people than this, but well, you know, whatever. That is a very weird foot placement. Never mind. let's get that under control. All right, so we have the basic composition. I need to look at reference for this, but that's I think that's it. I think one of the things that's really, really tough for me, that gives me a lot of anxiety as an artist, is thinking like, am I good enough? Is this acceptable for, the artwork that I'm doing for everybody? And it can be so paralyzing when the sort of things like that could be making it easier for me, I actually make things a lot harder for me than necessary. And that's really sucks, Like, someone could be posting something really nice and really effective for their artwork. And here I am twirling myself into this sort of like state of constant, and I can say this as someone that is anxious, that things that can be twisting myself into like a state of anxiety, because I, as someone who tends to procrastinate, like, I really like the studio mirror style of drawing characters. Jet's friggin' eyebrows. But, it tends to give me that sort of anxiety where, I put myself in a position where the standards are so high that I end up literally putting myself into self-sabotage mode. He looks like a very thin Zuko. His hair is a lot more shaggy and full, though. I think one of the most corniest things, other than like the blatant mistakes I've made with, the stuff that I've drawn on DeviantArt, is that I focused way too much on the side characters, which is why there's so much love that I kind of put into those side character stickers for Avatar. Because, well, you could do more with them. I think they were, the main characters already had set up, they already had established, romantic interests, no matter how uninteresting everybody, and then stuff like that. But with the side characters, you were free to play with them and stuff. I think that's why I tended to like them. So, let's add a little. It's funny. I feel like I need to. Ooh, that's nice. That looks good. Just the head, right? You know what? Let's look for reference, but I don't really have the time to feel like I have to. Oh, let's see. Let's look at reference. Let's look at the stickers for reference. Oh my god. So that's Jet. Okay, got point taken. All right, I memorized. Okay, it's good. All right, let's do this. Where is he? There he is. Okay. I think as a minority woman who is trying to make her way in terms of the art world or animation, the comics, illustration, it's very difficult because you don't want to hold yourself up to a standard where you can't, you just you're giving yourself anxiety when you don't need to. But there's a lot of things that's nice. A lot of things that do tend to give me anxiety, like needless anxiety, when it doesn't need to. Because I think, I'm not super, I'm in a position where I think I'm a little bit more privileged than a lot of artists, but I think we tend to operate from a mode of scarcity where these people who are getting their stuff, they don't deserve it because, you know, they've made so and so mistake. And for some people, I think, you know, you, like a celebrity who's a minority, they've said something transphobic or something, and it's like that's directly harmful to, you know, the people that they've hurt. But when it's somebody that, you know, they said something about, you know, this person is, just why I tend to be scared about my own creations and stuff. This person is making a monolith of the cultures that they're supposed to represent, and it's like, well, y'all, it's like, what is, you know, like I said before, I'm very, very careful about how I spread my energy towards people that are just focusing on petty infighting. Versus, what is petty infighting versus, like, are you jealous of this person? Are you jealous of this artist? And then speaking as someone that, you know, does fall into the trap of, I don't like this person because, you know, they're getting certain things that I can't, and it's not fair. And I'm struggling while this person, I'm struggling in my art. Oh, this person is just doing the bare minimum and getting lauded for it, and I don't think it's right. I think that's when you need to disengage from this person entirely. You do not need to be, they do not need to be living rent-free in your head. Otherwise, you're the one with the problem as an artist. Speaking of someone that, you know, you're checking up on people that you know will irritate you, even though they're not inherently that problematic. They just annoy you. As an artist or as a person, you need to leave them alone. It's not going to make your life better. Like, not to hop on this meme, but did you get the job? Did you get the promotion? Did you did you secure the moment? It's not going to do anything for you. It's just like, relax, please. Just please relax. This is a very off-model jet. What the hell is going on? Bloop. Jet is the best, though. He's great. He's a sort of villain. Like, if he was a girl, people would, like, hate him or her. And I think, you know, that's another conversation we're gonna have for another day. Smellerbee didn't look like this. What's going on with her hair? That's way too long, Smellerbee. Your hair's choppy. You're a little smaller. Okay, I gotta shrink this. I think I have to shrink this brush. Way too small. Hey, by the way, y'all, I love Avatar. Avatar has done a lot for me, but it's gonna be December soon. And I think I'll do like a princess, like, spoiler alert, like a Princess Yue illustration, or like the mythology of Avatar illustration for that. And remember, I'm going to be doing these illustrations until September or August next year, as promised. So a full year of illustrations, and this is like month 4. So Smellerbee looking funny. But in the next yearly illustration patch, what do you think I should do? I think I'd like to do witchy illustrations. Like, very, you know, I don't practice Wicca, but like long ago and far away. I think that would be the theme for my illustrations for next year. Very nice. I'm gonna do a couple of characters, and then after that I'm gonna stop, y'all. It's just like, don't. Celery's armor is also kind of complicated. Like, it's not super. No, I know. I remember what it is now. Yes, that's the one. And then she wore her little, yeah. It's so funny that I can see, and this maybe because I'm an old fart, but like animation nerd, but I can see the influence of a lot of things in Avatar, and that obviously is Princess Mononoke influence. Come on, Mike and Brian loved Princess Mononoke. And then when I see things like Nadia Secret of Blue Water, it's like that's where, that's where Disney's Atlantis came from. Where's this baby boy? Let's do a couple more because I have no idea how these other dudes look like, and then we'll stop. But here's Longshot. Now Longshot, they kept, like, I'm pretty sure, I think their bond is more familial than anything, but I would not be against a romantic pairing between Longshot and Smellerby, but some people took it way further than that, and it's just like, y'all, the very, like, not even, like, just schmoopy fan art, but they're, like, on very... It got heavy, you guys, and I was just like, why am I uncomfortable with this? Dignified silent boy and screechy feral girl child. It's like, what's not to love? I get it, though. I get it. I remember there was some, like, really, really good, I'm glad I changed the width of that. I'm making him more, like, he was a lot nerdier than this, come on, like, but there was that sequence in the Jet episode where Sokka goes to the Fire Nation village and warns the people of Jet's plan to flood the entire village and lay waste, just like they did to his village. But, Nickelodeon didn't want to have, like, righteous revenge as a form of, like... I think there would have been way better ways for us to see that. And that bandana does not look right. But you know what? We'll stick with it. It's fine. Whatever. But I think there would have been better ways to show that, revenge is a cycle that never ends. And it's like, rather than justice is a form of retribution, it can never sustain itself as, in order to, like, take that and not make it overly sentimental in children's television, I think you have to be very smart and you have to be aware of the social implications of that kind of thing. I should talk, though, because I have no idea what I'm going to do with my original stories. With more leaves. Let's cover up our insecurities with story plot lines and writing our own original work with more leaves. Okay. Would leaves be in the foreground, though? So let's do a little bit more of that. Okay. I have no idea what this person looks like. Like, I have a vague memory of what they look like, but and this little baby boy too. Like, people were saying, "Oh, that's Toph's husband," and I wish I was not crazy about Toph and Sokka, because Toph is a baby, and apparently we were fine with that with Katara and Aang, but still, like, Sokka's, like, way older, and it's like, y'all, it's and also I liked Sokka with Suki. I liked it better. I think Toph needed to develop on her own first, but they didn't spend time on that, so never mind. I think we're done here for this. I think this is what I'd like to show you guys. Let me turn off that. Yeah, for now, like, I will add more boys, but for now, I think this is what I'm going to show you guys. I want to thank y'all for sitting and watching me do my thing. And for those of y'all that have been supporting me, I appreciate y'all. Please let me know if there's any other kind of drawings and things you'd like me to share. I have to get more into the December, like not December, but November has been a truly out of this world month that was bonkers, and so I would like to have December as more of a productive art month in terms of like art that you guys might have never seen before. So thank you guys very much. I hope you take care and see ya. Bye.